Let's be honest, all of us love mobile games, but some of us are playing on really old devices, ones that can't keep up with some of the newer games that are coming out today. So I've heard this, the comment section has said it over and over again, so I decided to put together a list of 10 really good mobile games that don't require a high-end device. Some of these games I would actually play today on my top-notch mobile device. So maybe you guys should check these ones out, because they're really good. I want to start off the list with Into the Dead 2. This game has 10 million downloads and 4.6 stars, and as I mentioned earlier, it doesn't require a high-end device. With this being said, this is a game that I actually love and play to this day from time to time on whatever device I'm using at the time. It works on absolutely all of them. Inside of this title, you're going to be endless running yourself through the forest, taking down zombies as you go. It has an auto shoot mechanic, which is just going to shoot anything that comes in your path, and you're going to unlock new weapons as you progress through the game. The graphics inside of the game are surprisingly good, but the demand that your device takes from it is surprisingly low. It's an extremely fun game. You can't go wrong playing it no matter what your device, but if you're waiting on something that doesn't have that much of a requirement, this is an amazing way to go. Shattered Pixel Dungeon is up next, and this game has 1 million downloads and 4.7 stars. Now, we might see a lot of games on today's list that have this type of a format, a pixelated gameplay style, hence having less of a demand on your device. With that being said, some of the gameplay experiences that you can have right here inside of these types of games are actually quite amazing. This is a traditional roguelike dungeon crawler RPG that's simple to get into, but it's hard to master, which in my opinion is actually a perfect type of game. Every game is a unique challenge with 5 different heroes, randomized levels and enemies, and hundreds of items that you can collect and choose. It's also updated once every 2 or 3 months, so there's always new content coming to the game, and again, not something that's going to bog down your device. Next we have Magic Survival that has 5 million downloads and 4.7 stars, and what we're looking at here is one of those bullet hell survival style games that, as you could tell from the graphics, requires very little demand. Inside of this one you play as a witch and unlock new spells as you progress. This is not the only game of this genre on today's list. You definitely do have other options, but this one is definitely unique in both its look and how it actually plays. It's definitely a fun option for you. Next up is Slay the Spire that has 500,000 downloads, 4.4 stars, and also does have a $10 price tag. So actually having that many downloads with a price tag of $10 is actually quite good. When you look at this game, it's a card battler, casual style game that really brings you into a nice world. Essentially what we're looking at here is a fusion of both a roguelike game as well as a card deck battler game. Inside of this one, you're going to craft a unique deck, encounter bizarre creatures, and discover relics with immense power. And then, of course, you're going to slay the spire. But maybe you're looking for something with a little bit more depth. How about an MMORPG for all of you? This one is Torum Online with 10 million downloads and 4.5 stars. Inside of this one, you're going to be exploring a very vast, large, and open world. And as you could tell from how the game is built, it doesn't have that high demand requirement. So even if you're a player on an old phone, you can enjoy it. Does this title compare to something like a Torchlight Infinite, Diablo Immortal, or Undecember? Well, no, of course not. But it is a very fun experience that you can play if you don't have the ability to play those other titles. And even if you do, this one's not half bad. And let's bring in another one of the same genre, Adventure Quest 3D MMORPG, sitting with 1 million downloads and 4.2 stars. This one is just a little bit different. It's a 3D adventure world that is an online experience where you can basically be anyone or anything that you want. You're going to battle monsters as a mage, change class anytime that you want, craft items and weapons, and even fidget spinners. You can go fishing with friends, or you could fight against those friends in 5v5 PvP modes. Definitely a fun style game here that has a lot of freedom and offers you a lot of flexibility with your gameplay. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. I love this game. It just brings me back to the early 90s, late 80s maybe even, playing games very similar to this on the Nintendo. This one has 1 million downloads and 4.8 stars and is exactly what you would expect it would be. It's a game where you play as one of the Ninja Turtles and take down some of the bosses that you know and love from watching the cartoons or even the movies over time. It's It's a really great game, and it just has that classic arcade feel. Definitely some type of a platformer, but you know, the genre that really was something sweet back in the day. Now you can experience it on your phone, the demand is low, and you can play as any of the 4 turtles that you want, all with a different, unique style. Summoner's War is a turn-based RPG game that has been around for quite a long time. It has 50 million downloads and 4.2 stars in the reviews. As I mentioned, it's a turn-based strategy game, something very much like Raid Shadow Legends, a newer title that probably has better graphics, and maybe the gameplay is even a little bit more in-depth, but Summoner's War is still popular to this day with a community that's been playing for a very, very long time. There's over 200 million players in the world. And actually, if you want to play Raid Shadow Legends, I have a QR code that's going to give you guys exclusive rewards. All you need to do is scan the code that you see on the screen right now and join me on my journey. Get yourself a whole bunch of free rewards, which is essentially a cheat code to new players inside of the game. And if you want to watch more from me inside of Raid Shadow Legends, you can come over to one of my second YouTube channels called Echo Raid Shadow Legends. If you find yourself there from this video, in the comments on that channel, let me know. I'm real curious. Now, I mentioned I'd have another bullet hell style survival game for you, and here it is. It's Brotato with 1 million downloads and 4.7 stars. This is one of my favorite inside of the genre altogether. First of all, you play as a potato, and who doesn't love either a baked or mashed potatoes? I know I certainly do, and I'll tell you, there are so many different weapons that you can unlock inside of this game, and it's done in such a casual and cute even style way that it really is just enjoyable to play. Being one of the better titles in this genre really leads you to believe that Brotato is a must-play no matter if you're on an old phone, a new phone, or it doesn't even matter, to be honest. It's just such a great experience, roguelike, single-player one that is just really doing good things with the genre itself. Bomber Friends is up next, and this game has 100 million downloads with 4.2 stars. Many different levels that you could play through here, but what actually is the game? Essentially, you're going to be placing bombs behind corners and in special places, and as they explode, you're going to see if your opponent escaped. If they did, you have to try again. If you didn't, well, then you're victorious. Essentially, you're going to collect power-ups from the map and get more powerful bombs, which are going to do more damage and even throw curses on some people that you encounter. The game has both single and multiplayer options, so there's definitely a lot of choice for you as you play through the game. And one that you all know and probably already love is Angry Birds 2 with 100 million downloads and 4.2 stars. This game is exactly as we have known for years and is still an amazing play for all of us on our phones. It's always satisfying as you take down the pigs along with the towers and just are really accurate with your birds. If you guys found yourself enjoying today's video and just wanting to know more about games that are available for you to play, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on my daily top 10 videos.